Hi guys and welcome back to Samurai Gaming. I just started a new save for Samurai Gaming on Car Mechanic Sim 2015. Now I know this is the old one because there is a 2018 now. I currently can't afford it though, so what I'm going to do is start jamming a playlist through this and hope we have fun, and if we're enjoying it I'm going to get the new one. So the phone's going batshit crazy. I'm not gonna go through the tutorial and everything because I have played this game before, but I'll just show you guys a few things. So you can come onto the computer, you can go on the car parts shop and make sure you know you got all the right stuff. There's the body shop, which we've got everything that we might need, all different parts for all different cars, wheel tuning, bank loan. These are specific car parts. We have a tuner's shop as well, so that we can do cars up. And we also have performance. Now, the way that that works, we have a camera as well for taking photos, and the phone. As you can hear, the phone will keep going off until there's 4 jobs in. But for now, I'm going to ignore that, and I'm going to show you around the garage. So, you can't go upstairs or anything. This is the paint shop. Now, you can unlock that for 5,000 XP, and I think to get 5,000 XP you'll need about level 9. Path testing there. This is your toolbox, so you can see that you can unlock stuff with points. 1,000 XP equals 1 point. You got fast unbolting, fast assembly, fast manual examination, and a tablet. Now the tablet comes in very useful because it means I don't have to keep walking back over to the computer. But for now we do. You can also get the repair station, I'll show you that in a minute. And then there's a few other bits here that can help out. So, I'm not a mechanic, so I'm not 100% what some of them do. But, like I say, I have played this before. So there's your dyno testing. We've got 2 ramps at the minute, that one and this one. And also, the grey area on the floor there, we can stick a car there as well if we're just working on the engine. We have repair body and frame stuff. Another toolbox there. Now I think if we get on here, that's parking. We can get parking for cars that we've bought and done up. There's the repair table. Another toolbox. And then if you go over here, we have a drag strip, battery test track, auction centre, our garage, and car stripping. Now we can use them things when we get a bit more into the game. That's the same as that. And then you have this oil drain, so you need to stick that under before we drain any oil. So that is the garage up to now. You can unlock modifications to do the garage up. You can change the colour of metal, change the colour of the floor, the walls, the ramps, everything, but you need a lot of XP to be doing that sort of stuff. So to get the XP, we obviously need to do the job. So let's go to the phone. So we have new engine oil and filter in that, swappy car steering in that, repair all running gear. Now as you can see, I can't take these jobs yet because I have to have that XP before I'm allowed to do them. So we'll start by taking this job. So there it is, guys. This is the car that we're going to be working on. You can open different things within the car. I need to get just quickly back used to the buttons, but you can go on and inspect somehow. So it needs change of oil. So drain the old oil and refill with new, and then change the oil filter. And the oil filter is a number 14. So what I can do is put the hood back down. We need to press that to move the car onto the first lifter, which will then put it on there for me. So what I now need to do is I'll go and answer the phone and get another job in ready. What's this one? Swappy car steering, odd control. So we'll pull that one in. So I'm guessing with this, it's going to be, with it being, if you press H, you can get into this mode. And usually if you look around the car, you'll see over there, that's quite rusty, that is. So you'll see bits pop up that you think, oh yeah, that needs changing definitely. Now, if I go on to C, it'll then show you the conditions, and everything in white is okay. But the part that I just showed you over there, if you can see it is showing up on red, that is what we'll be needing to change on this car. I'm not sure, but I think that's everything. So what I'll do is move that car over to the right lifter. So we've got them two on the go. Now I can put another car on the floor here, but I'm not going to just yet because we've now got two in. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, is lift the car for this one to drain the oil. And I think because it's already on the ramp, the wheels might be... Can I get the wheel off yet? There we can. So we'll undo these nuts. In fact, no we won't. We will re-put in these nuts. Right, we'll have to take the nut out because it won't let me do anything without. But if I now put that wheel back on, because I'm rushing, I've just realised that the piece that we need to change is actually on the other side of the car. If that is the only piece. So let's have a look. Yeah, the outer tie rod, so it is only that. So if we go round to this side of the car, take this wheel off. There we go. So, with an outer tie rod, I'm not entirely sure, but we should be able to just unscrew the nut underneath. And there we go. So that is the piece that we need for that. Now, as you can see, guys, that was coming up then. If I open the inventory, is only having 3% condition. So clearly that's the part that needed changing. Now, I will go over here and get this. And you have to walk it over to the underneath of the car. Now, if you don't get this quite right, it will charge you for fucking oil all over the floor, which is fun. Put it about there, I reckon. Right, so we need to undo that there. Yeah, so that's saying now that right, that was saying then that I totally missed the oil going into that, so you have to be really careful where you position it or it charges you, like it's just done for me. But never the how, let's get it out of the way. Right, I'll probably end up leaving that further up here. Now the car now has no oil in, so let's drop the lift back down. And let's just have a quick look if we can access the filter from above. I don't think we can, I think it has to be done from underneath. Yep, so let's lift the car back up. That is what we need right there. Right. So, if I now go into my inventory, you can see off the two cars that we have the outer tie rod, 3%, and the oil filter, 14 at 11%. So we need to purchase both of them. So if we go over to the computer, and go on parts, Now I type in oil. That is what we need. Okay. And then if I type in, we need one of them as well. So they are the two parts that we need to fix the car. So let's empty this off. Let's go over here and go into assemble mode. And that's that done. Right, now we can put the wheel back on. Right, now if we check the repair order, it now has a tick next to the tie rod and we can finish the job. And there we go, so that's the first car done. Next we can go over here and stick the new oil filter on. And then we need to drop the car down. Alright, so we know there's no oil in. So let's fill her up. Alright, so we've put oil in her. Let's just double check that she's got enough. Yeah, that's sound. It's in between the maximum and the minimum. So I should be able now to drop down the hood. And there we go. 2 ticks next to what I needed to do and finish the job. So the jobs do get a little bit more trickier, and some of the cars will become where they won't give you the answers to what you need to do. You have to actually find it on the car, which I find really interesting. I don't know why I've come on the computer. So let's have a look at the jobs. So this one has car is hard to control, so we'll take that. Well, I'm guessing then we go into that and then go into that, we're gonna see there is a what looks like a tie rod or something there. That's red. I can't see anything on this side or on the rear, but we will move the car over there. We'll take that one. A funny noise coming from the engine. So let's go and have a look. Can open the hood, put it into that mode and then into that mode. Right, they are showing up red, but I'm not entirely sure why. So let's go back on to this mode and this mode. Yeah, that little pulley there, by the look of it, is what the problem is. So we can strip that, I think, from here, so I might not bother yet putting it on the ramp. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll start with this one. It's way better when you unlock the fast run bolting and bolting. Now again, I think we can just undo the 2 nuts. Right. So, inventory. So we have a sway bar. Front end wing A. So let's head to the shop on the computer. Car parts. Front end wing A. Okie dokie. Let's get this put back on. Let's get the wheel back on. Okie dokie. That one is done. So let's have a look at stripping out this engine part. Now I think to get the side off we're going to need to take the tensioner off. Because I don't think we can just access that. Take the serpine bolt off. Then the belt number 2. Now we can get the idle roller. Now I'm guessing that that is what the problem was, because that was what was showing up. So if we go on our inventory, we have an idle roller A. The condition of it is only 5%. So I know these are looking a bit down, but it does say on the job, if we go back on it, it says repair part with parts exceeding minimum condition 61%. So we need to just make sure, because that's under 61%, we change that. So it's idler roller A. So let's go to the computer. Idler roller A, okie dokie. Right. Back to the engine. So we put the new idler on. Then will be the serpine belt B, serpine belt A, and then the tensioner. And if we go onto our little tech, job is done. So let's have a look at these newest jobs. So this one has find and fix any running gear problems. So we'll take that job. So H and C. Right, I can already see red down here on what looks like a bush. And there is something wrong there. Not sure whether that's the hub. But it looks to be on this right front quarter. Couple of things. Can't see anything on the left front. And there's something red showing up down here. Wishbone on maybe, something like that. So it's front left, right rear. So we need to move this car onto the ramp. I'm going to put it on the right ramp. Let's go and check the phone. Tapping sounds coming from the engine bay. Well, this one's got running gear as well, so if we take this one we can stick it on the other ramp. And then the engine bay problems on the other car, we can do off the ground, hopefully. So again, well, you can see straight away there that the tops of the suspension were naffed. Can't see any more red there, but we do have a spring on. Spring, like the holder, centre pin of the spring. So let's move that to the left lifter. Let's go and take the one with the engine problems. Wrong thing. Right, these have both got engine faults. So, tapping sounds coming from the engine bay. I think that one was in first, so we'll take that. I do vape, guys, so if you hear me puffing along like a little train, I am having a bash on my vape. Okay, let's check this one out. Now it's saying engine problems, so we have some form of gearing or pump or something there that's gone by the look of it, so I'm hoping that that should sort the issue. Now sometimes if it's the air filter, because it's inside this box, we have to take the box apart to actually see on this conditioning mode what is actually the problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the car back like that and shut that a minute. This was the one that we started first, so it was front left, rear right. So I'm hoping I can get most of this from off the ground, to be honest, but if we have to put the car up, we will. Right, you can see straight away the rust on that, and the same on the bush over there, rubber bushing. So we can take that bush out now. We're gonna have to take the caliper off. Take the brake pads off. Take the disc off. Take the wheel hub off. No, we have to take the axle first. Then the hub bearing. The hub itself. And then we are left with this, which is the front steering knuckle. Now it's connected by something else by the look of it, so the tie rod needs to come off. That should free that up now. Something else is holding onto it, so would I need to take the tie rod off? Or is it? I'm not sure what's actually holding that now. I thought we'd be able to undo these two screws and the one holding in that bush and that would come away. But clearly that isn't the issue. Now it's saying the next thing I can take off is a sway bar, so I'm going to take it off anyway. I think it might be because I have to take the actual suspension apart. Shockers over cap, and then we can take these off. Yeah, that was the problem. Now we should just be able to get off that, which might have been what we needed to get off anyway, to be honest. Without, no, we had to undo the suspension, didn't we? So let's lift her up. The suspension now needs taken apart. And that will then leave us with the steering knuckle. So, on our inventory, we have a steering knuckle that's completely shot, and a rubber bushing that's got 0. So we need both of them to fix this car. So a rubber bushing, and we needed the steering knuckle. Was it A? I click that one then. It was front steering knuckle A. That's the one. Okay. So before we do anything else, let's go and get this back on. I'm hoping, to be honest, that I will be able to put the bush back in from here. And do it all while the car's in the air. So we can now stick the suspension back on. If we go round to the lower suspension arm, that can now be refitted. I had better put the tie rod back in. Now we can put the hub. Wheel bearing. Put the axle back through. Now we can put the vented disc back on. The pads back on, caliper back on, and then that should just leave. What am I missing? Ah, sway bolt. There we go. Now the wheels come up, meaning that we've put everything back. Okay, so let's exit that. Up and down. Oh, it's just the rear quarter. So, let's see if we can do this off the floor. Now you can see already the piece underneath. That is going to be the pain in the arse. But I'm thinking that it will need to come off in this sort of order. Might not have needed to take that apart, to be fair. But let's go and have a look anyway. So, we have a rear suspension arm A. Over to the computer. Rear suspension arm A. So let's get that reassembled. Make sure we put the suspension back on. Don't know whether we need to take that off, to be fair, but as a precaution. That's that now. We're done. There we go. Right, guys. Now, because we've obviously taken a few bits and bobs off cars, we now have in our inventory a list of all the bits, look, that are absolutely useless. They're not even worth us trying to get back anything good from them. So let's go and sell junk. And let's sell these bits here, just to get a little bit back off the money, probably from the metal. Okay, so now we have a clear inventory, so we know what's what on what car. So next is these. Now, can we get these off? Yeah, so we've got to do it from the actual side of the car with it in the air. So let's do this side first. Get these off. And then we should be able to get that off. Now, not sure. It was just them. Can't quite remember. Let's do these first. That looks pretty knackered, to be fair. Yeah, so I'm guessing. Right, so in our inventory we have 2 front shock absorber caps we need. We'll need a shock absorber rear. So 2 front, 1 rear, and the spring cap. We need 2 of them. 1 of them. And then we need the spring cap. Didn't want to do that. Right, okay. Get the wheels back on. There she is. So, fingers crossed. That is her done. So, we can finish that. Okay, so, what did we say the problems with this were? It was a pulley, did we say? Or something on the side of the car. That there. So, let's get stuck in. Now, we're going to have to take off the tensioner. And at least the first belt. Second belt. The power steering pump, that is the issue. So, just to be sure, 14. That is the one. New pump back on. Refit belt B. Refit belt A. And then stick back on the belt tensioner. And fingers crossed, that was what we saw was wrong with this car. Yeah. Very good. Right guys, so we've got 790 XP. At 1000 we will get a point and we can unlock something like fast unbolting or something. So let's see how we get on. I'm going to push for that 1000 in this video. General running gear and engine problems. So, let's take that and then we can move it onto the lifter. And then we'll take the other one and do it off the ground. Right, I can see already both sides of the front have red issues and the back right hand side as well. So without even looking too much into it, let's stick it on the lifter. Let's go and get this job in. and we'll empty our inventory of crap before we start on the doing these cars, because otherwise you get dead confused about what you've taken off the cars and stuff. So right, so it's saying there was some form of engine issue. Now I'm wondering if it's going to start not giving me a list for these cars now. Crankshaft bearing cap and a piston conrod. Well, that means that we are going to have to take the head of the engine off to have a look inside. So let me just go and see what the other job is that's come in. Filters need replacing. Right, so what we'll do is we will put this car over on that ramp. We will get this car in. New timing parts or filters need replacing. We'll do filters need replacing because that came in first. Still can't do the other jobs because we're not high enough level. Right. What was the issue of this one again? This was filters, wasn't it? Yeah, the air filter's knackered. You can see down there another filter. And there is the other filter. So we've got air filter in the box, oil filter underneath, fuel filter there. So they can all be done from this position. So first of all, I'm going to get this one out of the way after we've emptied our inventory. I think it double asks you because right, okay. So I'm not even going to arse about trying to do it off the floor. Let's get it up in the air. So we'll get this one out of the way first. And then the next two that we have are both engine issues. Now I'm hoping doing these three cars going to hit over that 1,000 mark. So we will buy something with our points. And then we might do another job because it should get a little bit harder. Why would the spring not come off? Maybe because we don't need it to come off. We take the sway bar off. That should now undo. I don't think there was anything else from this side. So let's go around this side. How are we looking then? What was wrong on this side? The sway bar looks knackered. Right. Any bushes or anything? Not as I can see. Now, which side was it that had the issue with the suspension thing at the back side? Right, so we can take off the cap and we can take off the spring cap. Right, now, fingers crossed, that's everything that we needed. So it was a front shock absorber, sway bar front end ring A, and rear shock absorber cap and spring cap. So let's go and do sway bar front ring A. Front shock absorber. Shock absorber cap was the other thing. And then we needed the spring cap, didn't we? Okay, so go around the back. Let's put this back together first. Okie. And then, was it the sway bar this side? And then it was the back absorbent from this side. Let's get this put back together. Put the sway bar back on. Now we can do the wheel. And I'm guessing that is everything. Yep. So we are now on 908 XP. So doing one of these other two cars is going to get us what we needed. So which one was this? Right, this was the crankshaft bearing, cap and piston with Conrod. Now, I'm not entirely sure which end of the engine I actually have to be for this. Not sure if I have to be on top or underneath, so just bear with me guys. I'm going to take the top of the engine off. I'm not sure which end it would be. Let's basically just strip the engine now. And we'll go from there. Yeah, that needs to come off. That one needs to come off. I think the water pump needs to come off. That will get me the side piece off. Then we have the timing belt. There's my camshafts, spark plugs. So I'm going to have to get stuck in here, take this apart. I could be doing this unnecessarily because I'm not entirely sure. It could be that we have to do this from underneath the engine. Now they should come out. And then we will have the head of the engine there, which I'm not entirely sure. Right, I think we're going to have to take off the manifold. So, let's take the cover off. Then we reveal the manifold, which has silly amounts of nuts in. Right, that should reveal the block. So if we take off the throttle body and the intake, to reveal our fuel rail, and in our fuel rail we should be able to then get off the head to reveal the crank and the conrods. So we have system of conrod. Right, I think we're going to have to bump it up now, get underneath it. Pretty sure we're going to have to take that panel off there for the oil. Which means we're going to have to drain the oil first. Means I could end up with a fine here for dropping it all on the floor again. So we got it in this time. Right, let's move this out of the way. Now, let's remove the catch tray to reveal our rods. So, we need to do crankshaft there is from the underneath of the engine. Doesn't look like any others have gone. But now we have to get the top bit. Now, I'm not sure if this just comes off, guys. I'm not sure if I have to actually take everything apart so that the actual rod comes off. But no, we don't have to. Excellent. So we did need to take the engine apart on top as well as underneath. So, inventory. We need crankshaft bearing cap and piston with conrod. And I think from undoing the engine, that was everything. So, need one of them. Didn't say W12 next to it, did it? No, it's one. Right. So first things first, let's get the system of conrod put back in. Right, before we screw up the top of the engine bay, I'm going to get the underneath done. We need to remember at the end as well that she needs filling back up with oil now. That's that. Okie dokie. Right, so we can drop her back down. Rebuild the engine up now from the pistons, put the camshafts and everything back in, the engine head. So let's get the head back on. Okay, so put the fuel rail back in. We'll put the intake manifold back on. And then we can put the throttle back in. Now we can reinstall the camshafts, resulting in the cam gears going back on, and then the timing belt, the engine cover can then go back on. We can then redo the exhaust manifold, and it's 900 screws, bolts even. Okie dokie. Let's get the cover back on. Manifold heat shield. Right, now we are back on to putting the cover back in. Now we can put the sparks back in. And now we can put the ignition coils back in. Now we can rebuild the idler and stuff. Water pump back on. Valve B, valve A, tensioner, and then that should just leave now. Putting some oil in. So we'll just check that off the dipstick. Yeah, brilliant. So guys, let's double check on our... We've done what we wanted. Finished the job. So we are now on 1074 XP. So that means that we can buy from our toolbox, with 1 point we can buy one of these. So I think that we will do fast unbolting first, then we'll do fast assembly. And work our way down this list. Then we'll do the repair stuff. We'll get these in between as well. Right, so we now have fast unbolting, so everything will come off a lot quicker. So, let's have a look in our inventory. Sell all this crap. Which gives us 3.5 grand, well, not quite, but 3,181 to be precise. This was filters, so I'm gonna move this car over to the ramp. Now I'm gonna lift her up and let's go and have a quick look at the telephone, see what jobs are waiting. Repair all running gear faults. Controlling car feels loose. Car is hard to control, and put in new timing pot. So I'm gonna go for the timing pot. Not sure if I'll be able to do them from the engine. I would have thought so. But first of all, let's do this. So it was the filters. So we need to drain the oil before we do anything. Because obviously the oil filter. Right. That has to be done from the engine bay. So we need an oil filter 14, which I'll sort out in a minute. First we need to take off the fuel filter, and then we need to take out the air filter, so we'll do them now. There's the fuel filter. And then we need to undo this. Take these dodgy little clips off. And I think that needs changing. So we need a air filter, a fuel filter, and an oil filter 14 for this car. So it was a standard air filter, oil filter 14, and a fuel filter. Right, let's go refit them. Nice new filter in there. I hate doing these little clips, they add fiddly. So that is that. Then if we switch over to this, put the fuel filter back in. Lift it back up. Put the oil filter under, drop it back down, fill it with oil, that's another job done. Refill it. Very good. That is another job finished. So I'm gonna do the timing part on this car, leave my garage empty with 4 phone calls on the desk, and leave this first video of Car Mechanic Sim where it is. All ready for next time, guys. So I'm hoping you're enjoying this. I absolutely love playing this game, so I'm hoping you guys are enjoying it. I will be doing more of this very soon. Actually, what did we even need? Sorry. We need a belt tensioner and a water pump. Belt tensioner. And a water pump. It was 14, wasn't it? Yeah. So let's get on with putting these back on. Belt B. Belt A. Tensioner. Got you. Timing belt. Right, so I should have checked that really. Let's whip these back off. We'll need to take that off. And we'll need to take that off. Fence coming off nice and quick. Now we've got that quick dismantle. Timing belt is worse for wear, so let's go and go get one of them. Standard timing belt there. So let's get the timing belt on, get the cover back on. Then we can do the crankshaft pulley, the idler, the water pump. We can do belt B. We can do belt A. We can do the tensioner. And there we go. So guys, there we are. We have 1,320 experience, $3,433 in the bank. We will have these next 4 jobs for next time. That there, the mulch or whatever you want to call it, that is a specialist, so we'll have to look on the computer for specialist parts. These we just can't do yet. That one's very close. Things will start getting harder and they won't provide a list soon as well when it gets the right bitch, but that is why I love this game so much. So guys, this has been Samurai Gaming. I hope that you've enjoyed this, my first video of the Car Mechanic series. I am going to leave this here. I'm going to do another one very soon. Please check out my other videos of Call of Duty. I've got different modes on that. I've got FIFA. I haven't played enough of that yet. I've got Crash Bandicoot. I haven't played enough of that yet. Red Dead Redemption 2, I have played nowhere near enough of that, and I'm also doing some Fortnite, so please check out my other videos, guys. I am now on a YouTube Helping Hands Discord server. It's on my Twitter. If you want to, I've retweeted it numerous times. If you want to get in on that, please get in on that. It's helped me a lot. I've gone from 8 subscribers to 31, I think, in just under a week. So, and that's been thanks for them, guys. They're a very good group. So I'll give them a shout out, and I want you guys, please, if you follow me on Twitter, get on, find them, Discord server, and get stuck in. You won't regret it, guys, I'm telling you, it's a really good group. So, until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching. Peace out.